Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Very excited to have you here to learn more about navigating through Kintone as an end user. My name is Larissa Squires, and I'm a Customer Success Manager over here at Kintone. So before we go into the platform, we're going to go over some brief housekeeping. So you're likely listening using your computer's speaker system, but if you'd prefer to join over the phone, just select telephone in the audio pane and the dial-in information will pop up. If you have questions at any point, you can ask them by typing them into the questions pane of the control panel. We'll collect your questions and answer them during our Q&A session at the end. So what will we be covering today? So we'll do a quick run through of the different features and Kintone lingo that would be good for end users to know as they're just starting out in the platform. So this will include features of Portal Home, the people feature, using a space, and using an app. So let's jump in. So first, we're going to review the different features you can navigate to from Portal Home. So when you first enter the platform, you'll notice this announcement board. So your Kintone admins will post any big updates or reporting you and your whole team need to know. If you were to scroll below announcements, you may see this notification section. So this will show you a list of all notifications, and you can choose to see your own To Me notifications as well. So in this notifications list, so you'll click Unread and Read to switch between viewing notifications you have not read and notifications you have. If you select To Me, you'll view only notifications where you, your group, or your department are mentioned in an At Me post. Select Flag to view notifications you have flagged, and then select All to view all notifications in the portal, not just those that will include yourself. So if you don't see this feature at the bottom, then it may not be set for your domain. No worries though, because you can access your notifications at the top by clicking the bell icon. So we'll hop back up here. If you click the three horizontal lines, a menu bar will open. So this is accessible from apps and spaces as well. You can navigate back to Portal Home by clicking Portal, view your spaces, apps, and then also people in the platform. So this feature is going to be most useful when you're in a space or an app and you need to quickly navigate somewhere else and you don't want to go to Portal Home. So right next to that, we have the Home button, and this way you can navigate back to Portal Home when you're in a different app or space. Then you'll have the notifications bell icon to access your notifications. So the red number represents the amount of notifications some audio for a second. So next we have the star icon. So this will display your bookmarks. To add a page to your bookmarks, you'll simply navigate to that page, click the star icon, and hit the add icon. Name it and then save. And then this will allow you to save custom views and search results. So right above this, you'll see a logo. So this will either be Kintone's logo or your own company's logo. If your admin has customized the solution, it'll be your own logo. So if you click into this logo, it may take you to another web page. So admins can hyperlink logos to a site that you and your team may access frequently. So mine is currently set. If I click it, it's going to take me to the Kintone Help Center. So if we go all the way over to the right, we have this gear wheel. So end users will have access to the following. You'll have personal settings. This allows you to set your email preferences and time zone. You'll have app management, management. This is the one-stop shop to view the apps and current usage of your apps in your portal. For end users, you will only see the apps you have permissions to manage. And then if you click import files, it'll show you the files that you've recently imported, and then exported are the files that you've recently exported. So if we go to the help icon, this little question mark, if you click this, Kintone Help, you'll be directed to our help center. To the right of that, we have the search bar to search for spaces, threads, apps, people, and keywords. And then above the search bar, if you click the down arrow next to your name, you can log out or you can visit your account settings. So in account settings, you can update your profile details, including changing your photo. You can change your login credentials, set up mobile access, and also view your previous logins. So let's navigate back to Portal Home by clicking the little cloud icon. So if you click on your name, you will be taken to your profile. So now we will start to talk about the people feature. So people is a feature used to directly contact or share ideas with one another. From your own profile, you can post to your wall to update your colleagues on what's happening with you, either personal or work related. Click profile and you can access your account settings from here as well. This is where you'll start to write your post. You can click the camera icon to change your cover photo, which will show right here. And then this gear wheel will also take you to your account settings. To view someone else's profile, you can type their name in the search bar. I'm currently in an end user login, so we'll hop over to mine. So when you click their name, it'll go to their profile. And then if you were to click that little chat icon, that'll take you to the private message that you can have with that person. So here you can post to another user's wall. You can view their contact details. If you click profile, you'll be taken to a more details about the user. Click follow to be notified when they post anything. And then also the chat icon right here, and you can also open up that private message with them. So with people, you can interact with other users of the platform. And if you notice you do not have access to all users or are unable to send messages, this means your Kintone administrator has restricted those features. So now let's navigate back to Portal Home. So now we'll look at this Assign to Me box. So you may have it or you may not. So this just means that you have apps with process management set up that require your attention. The little red number lets you know how many items within that app you need to take action on. If you don't see this box, it just means there's nothing for you to review at this time. So right below that, we have Spaces. So a space is a workspace where you can add apps and collaborate with team members by viewing common information and using discussion threads. So here's where you can access your spaces. If you click here, you can filter out your spaces based on these options. And then if you have permission to do so, you can also create a new space by clicking the plus icon. So if you don't see this section at all, this means that your Kintone administrator has disabled the space feature. So let's hop into a space and review a few of these features. So if a space is comprised of threads and apps, it's almost like a Portal Home off of Portal Home. So you can make a space private or public. It has its own announcement board, and this is helpful because you can be more specific with the announcements in a space. So for this sales space, you may want to include current sales numbers. If it was the marketing space, you can display upcoming projects or events from your different apps. So with spaces, you can have multiple threads. So a thread allows you to collaborate and communicate with your team on different topics. And then we have the apps listed here within a space belong to it, and they were created within this space. So this list of people, this is going to show you who has access to the particular space. And then lastly, down at the bottom, we have related apps or spaces. So these apps or spaces do not belong to this particular space, but by adding them here, you can easily navigate to them from within the space. Now we'll go back to Portal Home and review the last section, which is apps. So an app is a feature for creating business apps to help you manage your data and business processes. So here you will access your apps. If you click here, you can choose to see all apps you have access to or just the apps you have pinned to your favorites. And then if you have permission to do so, you can click this icon to create a new app. So let's hop into this Customers app. So the features we will be reviewing here are for those who do not have permission to manage the app. If you see more features, this means you have extra permissions. So when you first enter the app, you will see a record list view. So this is going to be a list view of your records. So within this record list, you can see specific fields for each record. So we have, this is a list of your many different records, and then here are the fields that live within those records. So think of it like a record is a row, and then the fields are the columns. So you'll hit the plus icon to add a new record, and then the three ellipses allows you to choose the amount of records to view on one page. Over to the left, first we will review what a view is. So a view is a filtered and sorted list of records. An app's different views live here in this drop down. So here we have an all illegal in New York and an all fields view. To see what the filtering criteria is for a certain view, you can click the filter icon. As you can see in the all view, there is no criteria for filtering, and therefore all the records are showing in this view. So if we go down to the New York view and then click the filter icon, you can see that these are all records where the field state is equal to New York. So as an end user, you can filter out records, but you will not have the ability to save them. Only app admins can create and customize the saved views. So right next to that, we have graphs. Click the drop-down arrow to see the different graphs you can view in the app. Click the bar icon. We'll hop right in here. You'll click the bar icon to view how the graph was created. And you can edit the graph and make new ones. However, if you're not one of the managers of the application, you will not be able to save the changes or make new graphs, just like with the views. So anything that you see that's listed here already was created by whoever has permission to manage the application. So we'll go back to the record list view. So if you click this pin right here at the top, you'll be adding the app to your favorites. If you have permission to edit or delete, you can do so from this screen. So you'll click the X to delete, and then the little pencil icon to edit in line. If you go all the way to the left, if there's a number, that is how many comments are on a particular record. If you click on the blue page icon, you'll enter a record and you'll be able to view all the information from it. So we're now viewing the form of the record. You will see the record is comprised of all the form fields. The fields here and the layout were decided by whoever has permission to manage the app. So you'll click this over arrow to move between records, the plus icon to add a record, pencil icon to edit. This next icon allows you to duplicate the record, And then with the 3 ellipses, you can print this individual record and delete it if you have permission to do so. So right below that, you can comment on the record and mention a colleague. This allows you to discuss the contents of the record directly within the record. And then if you click this clock icon, you can see the history of the record, and you can note any changes that have been made and also restore it to the previous version if you see something was changed that should not have been. So we'll go back to Portal Home. So this concludes our overview of Kintone's end user features. So we're now going to begin answering some questions submitted during today's presentation. So as a reminder, you can still submit questions through the questions pane in your attendee control panel. And I'm going to give you a few minutes to formulate your questions now. All right, so we're going to go over a few questions. So what's the difference between bookmarks and pinning to your favorites? So pinning an app to your favorites will save the entire app. And then when you bookmark, you're saving a specific view or record within the app. So just depending on what information you need to access will determine which is going to be better for your circumstance. Why would I need to create a space? So spaces are going to be great for a more focused collaboration on a specific topic or within a specific department. So you could create a marketing space, for example, and then within that space, the marketing team can collaborate on different projects and view important information about the team. You could also create a space dedicated to a specific project, so then you'll know that all the data about that specific project will live in that space. And then also you can make the space private to restrict certain people from accessing any of the apps, and then also the content that lives within the space. So spaces kind of just add an extra level of organization to your solution. So it looks like that's all the questions we have to review for this one. So thank you to everyone for attending today's live training session. If you have more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to support@kintone.com. You'll receive an email in the next 24 hours with this webinar recording, and it's also going to be up on our YouTube channel. On behalf of Kintone, thank you for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.